What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, party people? It is your boy, Coach D Brown, former big leaguer, former first round pick with the Kansas City Royals. And man, this is one of those promptu. Like I reached. I don't know. I talked my man up right now. That's what basically what I'm trying to say. I talked my man up because just a few, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we was just talking about this particular school, and I was wondering what they were doing with this head coach position. And it was a group of parents, and we were just talking about it. And boom, well, lo and behold, they filled the head coaching position, man. And my man reached out to me over the weekend, and I'm happy because it's been a while since I had a college coach on, and definitely it's been a while since we had an HBCU coach on here, man. So I'm definitely happy to A, that my man got the gig, and B, that he, is on here now with us, man. Again, so without further ado, man, we got brand new, all right, Alabama A&M head coach Elliot Jones is joining us today. What's going on, my guy? What's going on, family?
What's going on, D Brown, man? I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I'm excited and look forward to the building relationship with you guys and your organization down the road.
All right, no doubt about it, man. This is man, we've been having some heavy hitters on, man, over the last handful of months, man, and we just adding you to the mix, man, and I'm just congratulations, man. If I'm not mistaken, Elliot, is this your first time running your own program at any level, or it's definitely a Division I? Is that right or wrong? Am I right on that?
Yeah, yes, that's right, man. This is my first head job at the Division I level. A little bit by myself prior to coming here. I did 3 years. What would have been my third season with Grambling State with Coach Cooper and those guys at Grambling. And then prior to that, I did 5 years at Southern under Coach Kadar, and then also with Carrick Jackson there as well.
Nice, man. So you let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I always like to find more about the man, you know what I'm saying, behind the program, man. So, Coach, man, if you could, let's take it back to, from the beginning, man. Where you from? And let's talk about your playing career to your coaching. Obviously, talked about your coaching locations, but I want to hear about the whole timeline to where you are now, bro.
I got you, man. Well, like I said, I'm Elliot Jones, originally from Shreveport, Louisiana. Went to Huntington High School. Was a two-sport athlete there. And had the opportunity to join the Jaguars down at Southern and Baton Rouge. Played for Coach Carroll down there as well during my stint. Played first base. Graduated in education. Got into coaching immediately at the high school level. I returned to Shreveport and joined my high school of Seabird High School. Was there for a couple of months and had opportunity. Got a phone call from Coach Kadar and asked me did I want to come back to Baton Rouge because he had some difficulties going on in his staff and with the staff that coached me. And so I was fortunate and blessed enough to join the staff at a young age. And so once doing that, he put me in a really good situation to hit the ground running and have a lot of responsibilities on my half because, like I said, he was older and on the back end of his career. So I pretty much ran the day-to-day operations there with Coach Kadar. And then, of course, he retired. And then I was asked to be if I really wanted to get into being and run my own program. And I kind of balked at it. I told AD Banks that I was young and didn't feel like I was ready for the opportunity. So I told him that I would be a great assistant for whoever that they decide to hire at Southern. So started going through the search, and Carrick Jackson was hired as the head baseball coach. Worked there one season with him. Learned a lot of good things from him. Being he was a former SEC guy. Worked with Boris Corp. And then fast forward, mother got sick. So I got out of coaching for a year. Relocated back to Shreveport, Louisiana, to take care of my mom, and me and Coach Cooper had already been very, very close. Of course, we were fraternity brothers, but became really, really close in the baseball aspect of things. And he recruited me out of high school when he just got his first gig at Grambling as the head guy. So we had always stayed in touch. And then the opportunity presented itself and asked me that would I join the staff, and my mother got to a stable position. And eventually she overcame the adversity, and so that's how I was able to join the staff at Grambling. And now
Nice.
here I am today. 3 years later, being able to be the head baseball coach at Alabama A&M University. And like I said, I'm excited about it. A lot of people can make excuses and say, "Oh, you got the job late," but hey, that's what happens when you want to have a dream and passion, and that dream comes true. You just take it and be very, very prepared for it. One thing about me is that I kind of live by preparation meets opportunity. If you're prepared and when the opportunity presents itself, then you'll definitely enjoy a lot of success.
Listen, man. Man, you gave me a little goosebumps. One, taking care of your moms, man, and the main thing I got from that message, man. This man had an opportunity to get it, take over a Division I program, man, and he was humble, humble enough to basically say, I ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? Let me take let me make sure that the next guy, I support the next guy in and just kind of get a little bit more seasoning where a normal person would be like, yo, let me take it and all of that. But everything happens for a reason. Now he gets to take over a great program at Alabama A&M, man. So let's learn about Alabama A&M. All right, where is Alabama A&M located at?
Well, we're located in North Central Alabama. We're in Huntsville, Alabama. We're an hour and a half from Nashville, Tennessee. We're an hour and a half from Birmingham. So we're right at a central location that I think when I first drove to Huntsville a couple of weeks ago for the first time ever in my life, I was kind of excited. I said, man, it's not a bad drive. It's on main highways and main interstates. We're about 3 hours from Atlanta. So we're at a central location, man, where we should be able to tap into those untapped areas and get some quality student athletes in and part of our program to change the culture in this program and make sure that we put ourselves in a good situation to be successful from here on out.
Man, that's I didn't realize. I knew you fairly close to Atlanta. I didn't realize how close you were to Nashville. I didn't realize it was that close. But that's a hotbed and a lot of
but
talent.
But I'm gonna tell
man.
you one thing, D Brown.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
But I want to tell you one thing that I learned by being here the last couple of weeks is, man, Huntsville is the city that is known as for the rocket city. We have NASA here. It's really grown over the last years. We have a major Air Force base here as well. But if people don't really understand, man, I've done some research, man. Huntsville is the third largest city when it comes to business oriented to move to in the world right now, man. It's grown
Really?
and it's growing very fast.
Wow. Yeah, I heard it's beautiful out there. It's mountain. I heard is that true?
Man,
Like mountains and stuff out
man.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the mountains, man. Our campus sits on a hill, like a legitimate hill. Like you have to drive incline up a hill to get to the main part of the campus here.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of beautiful stuff about Huntsville, man. I've never been there, but a lot of my partners, they are one of my boys. You probably know, Roberto Vaz, my boy Robbie Vaz, LSU Unique.
Yeah,
and,
man. Yeah.
Yeah. He basically went over there and bought a house and ended up living there for a while. So playing there in the minor league because they got a minor league team there, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Don't they got a minor league?
The Trash Pandas, the double A team.
Double A, yeah. So
with the Anaheim Angels organization.
Oh, that's what it is now. Okay, back in the day, I remember it used to be Oakland, I think, back in the day. But yeah, man.
They got a brand new facility, man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this. Speaking of facilities, man. So tell me about A&M's facilities, man. How they match up with the other SWAC programs, and let me know, man.
I mean, to be truth be told, man, I actually wasn't expecting anything or put it on any type of scale driving to campus. But once I got to campus and saw my facility and saw the cages and the covered cages with turf with lights, a lot of workout area, bullpen with turf. Playing surface isn't bad. We need to put some work into it to make it look really nice. The minus of things about our facility, we don't have lights, and so we have to play day games when we do have home weekend series. But like I said, by it being able to get so cold here early in the season, you wouldn't want to play night games anyway. So that's the plus to it as well. And then speaking on behalf of our facility as well, man, they're actually building a brand new basketball arena. They actually break ground on tomorrow morning, directly across the street from our baseball complex. And keep my fingers crossed, man. They may have to come over into the baseball side, and maybe an opportunity for us to get a new facility here in the next year or so.
Nice, man. We had let me see, we got a question here. With the COVID situation, how is your school recruiting at this time?
With COVID, man, it's kind of been straightforward across the line, man. It's actually been everything's been virtual. As Division I college coaches, we can't get out and do any evaluating. So it's basically picking up the phone, looking on social media, logging into live workout sessions online. But that's where, as far as that's what we can do. Recruiting wise to establish that, and that's across the board. It's not only here at A&M, that's across everyone Division I wise.
All right, yeah. So Frankie, he will be on my showcase live on Saturday in Waco, Texas. So I don't know where you at, Frankie. So, but yeah, man. So that's just what it's the way you got to recruit now, man. But let me give a little shout outs to the people listening in real fast, man. What up, Michael? What up, Chipper? Tennessee, Bubba, Alabama was good. All right, D-Rob, Cali was good. Frankie was good. Giovanni, what's up? All right, we have Nadine, what's going on? Georgia, Vernice, what's up? All right, Big Lou Kaya, what's up, Lou? All right, let me see. I got more on Jeffrey. What's up, Jeffrey? And that's all I can see on these pages right now. I know we got way more than that, but let me see. Robert, what's good, baby? What's going on, Robert? All right. What classes you recruit for? 21, 22, and 23s?
What classes you recruit for?
Yeah,
I'm looking
baby.
for ball players. So it doesn't. I don't look at what class you are. Like I said, if you can play ball at this level, at a high level, and you're a good character kid, and have the academics as well, man. I think the opportunity will present itself at any time. So yes, I'm looking for 21s as well as 22s right now. But I'm not going to sit here and say 23s are a long way away. But they're not, because for you know it, we don't know what will happen with COVID-19. So you guys have to be prepared very fast for when the opportunity comes.
Man, I love it, man. What's up, Tasha? What's good? Oscar, what's good? All right. Chipper asks, what is your goals of a young starting pitcher coming into college?
What are my goals? It depends on what type of kid he is up front. A lot of times people get caught up in velocity, and I don't get caught up in that. It only goes so far. But can the kid pitch? Can he actually locate his fastball in and the outer third of the plate? Does he have a feel for a breaking ball? And how is his mound present when things don't go right? And people have to understand that baseball is a game of failure. You're going to fail 7 out of 10 times. And it's what you do with those three opportunities you have to have a little success. So I look for young quality arms, but also each kid is different. So every goal is not going to be the same for each kid, whether he's in high school or he's a junior college transfer. You have to really get that true evaluation when you get them to campus and evaluate them, send them through the throwing program, and see how he fares out. Like I said, some guys may come in as starters, but they may end up being back-end bullpen guys. Some guys may come in as bullpen guys, and they might turn out to be weekend guys for you on the front-end rotation. So you just have to be very, very mindful of what you expect to get out of each kid, and what standard you put them on.
All right. Jay Meyer says, what has been your biggest challenges to get where you are?
Good question, man. Good question. And I'm gonna be very honest, man. I honestly think, man, that the biggest challenge I've had to get where I am today is actually, man, it's not a lot of African American men that are Division I head baseball coaches, man. And we just in the day and age, man, how it is in our profession, man, we just have to work hard. And when there's opportunity presents itself, we have to take advantage of them. But like I said, it's always going to be challenging when you're talking about those type of things, and when you get labeled as a historical Black college coach, it makes it tough on you to try to get outside of it. But ultimately, that should be everyone's goal, to try to get outside and get to that next level. And ultimately, like I said, everyone's goal should be able to try to get to what can we do on our end as far as our profession to get to that Power 5 conference. Because like I said, that's at the next level. But like I said, it's just been challenging, being that we've always been labeled, have that stigma on us. When you get caught up in a situation, get caught into a school or a conference, it's kind of hard for you to try to get over that hump to get to that next level.
All right. Man, these questions are coming in, big dog. All right. All right. Shout out to Tia out there in Texas. All right, Brian, what's good? All right, shout out to my girl Lonnie. What's going on, Lonnie? All right. Let's get these questions here that has come in. Bubba says, do you like and allow two-way players?
I'm not going to say that I'm against it, Bubba. But what I can tell you is that it's sometimes difficult to play at the Division I level and be a two-way guy. It takes a special person. Even when you get to a point of you saying a two-way guy, being a two-sport athlete, it's kind of it pays the same dividend for me. But like I said, I definitely, I'm not opposed to giving a kid an opportunity to see if he can handle both. But at some point, you're gonna have to choose one or the other, unless you're this gym, which I've only come across one or two, man. And like I said, but I'm not opposed to it, and giving the kid a fair shot and trying to do both.
Okay. Tia asks, when you are looking for an outfielder, what do you look for?
Can he run?
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
At this level here, man, you gotta be very, very athletic and across the board in the outfield, man. You got to have some defenders that can play at a high level to take away some hits from some guys, but also, man, being able to judge a ball, being able to have instincts, react instinctively in different situations, playing the game within the game, and like I said, being a well coached, disciplined outfielder. And like I said, it's not a difficult position to play, but you can make it difficult if you don't meet those criteria. But I look for a guy that can run, that could be a guy that could be at the top of the bottom of the lineup, can bunt, move runners over, have average to above average arm, but also being able to have instincts, man, and be very coachable, and a person that wants to get better. So those are the types of small things I look for when going to recruit for an outfielder. Like I say, it's a little difficult, but like I said, the outfield per se is one position that you really need to go get eyes on that player in a game to see how he reacts to different situations, man. So it's a little different than being just a infielder or a pitcher per se, because it's only limited what an outfielder can do when it comes to being outside of a game aspect of things.
All right. Tasha says, first encountered Coach Jones at the HBCU Showcase in ATL when he was at Southern University. He spoke about student athletes maintaining grades. The one thing that stuck with me was he said if you sent your son to Southern as part of the baseball program, he was going to graduate. As a parent, that's what I wanted and needed to hear. All right. So I'm sure you're saying the same thing there at Alabama A&M now, right?
Yes, for sure, man. I've always been a coach of high academics, high character, man, and I don't want people to get misunderstand, man. When you get an opportunity to play at any level in college, man, at the end of the day, man, you're going to school to get an education, man. Because I tell people all the time, at some point, baseball is going to run out. Is what you have in place after baseball, man. If you don't have a degree, man, it's kind of hard, man, for you to be able to go out and have a successful career, man, and take care of my family.
You ain't lying, man. All right. Brian says, how will you adapt your roster with current players, recruits coming, and future recruits with the NCAA decision giving them an extra year based on COVID?
Well, like I said before, man, I don't know what my players on my current roster can do ability wise. So I'll definitely have to give them a true evaluation come the beginning of the spring before the season, and also give them a true evaluation and watch how things go during the season. But what I can say is that I can't sit here and carry dead weight if I've got my eyes on certain recruits on the outside of things coming in. Because at the end of the day, it's about being able to establish a championship mindset here and change the culture. And sometimes you have to part ways from some things in order to change and get the change the way you want it. So I'll cross that path when it comes. But I do understand that with COVID having an extra year, sometimes that doesn't even weigh a whole lot to me when it comes to parting ways with someone. Like I say, before me and if I was anywhere else, you're only obligated to take care of a kid sometimes for 4 consecutive years, 8 wise. So it may be a situation where a kid may have had 4 years of aid here, but doesn't mean that he's going to be on aid the next year. But doesn't mean he's going to be part of the program. So like I said, you just got to be creative and with time, see how things goes. And once I get a true evaluation and know what I have in place, move forward from there.
All right. Facebook says, I'm sure you get a lot of emails. Do you start recruiting off videos sent to you?
Well, yes, I've been getting bombarded with emails, and I like it, man. That means that we're getting where we need to be. We're getting some interaction and some interest from guys that we haven't been able to get in the past. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A video only goes so far, and I'm a fairly honest person with people when it comes to evaluation, man. Of course, when people send in videos, you're only gonna see the good things. You're never gonna see a bad thing. You're never gonna see a bad swing. You're never gonna see a bad situation of the game. So video only takes you so far. It allows me to establish a relationship with the family or with that student athlete, and eventually be able to get out and see them once this COVID thing's understood and we have a clear safety. It's a safety hazard to be able to safety road to get out and actually recruit again. So like I said, man, I enjoy the videos, I enjoy the emails, but like I said, a video only goes so far. You have to be able to get a true evaluation on the kid because you can't see if he has a good character or not based off a video.
All right. What up, Lonnie? Good to see you back on. With the difficulties of recruiting West Coast kids, is there anything that makes your program or that you attend for your program to make it more appealing to the West Coast? You know.
Well, like I said, I've already established some relationships with some JUCO guys and some JUCO coaches on the West Coast, per se in the Oregon and Washington area. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's about being able to play at a high level. And I'm not going to be that program that plays below average schedule. We're going to play Alabama, Tennessee, Auburn at a year in, year out basis. So being able to have the opportunity to play in those nice facilities and play at a high level would definitely be able to draw some kids from the West Coast that's used to playing, that go off into Pac-12 schools that play at a high level, will have that same opportunity here because of our central location. Man, we're surrounded around four SEC schools within 4 hour approximate. So that allows us to be able to play at a high level and give us a chance to hopefully upset one of those guys at some point.
All right. Shout out to Lonnie listening in again today. What's going on, Lorenzo? Detroit in the house. What's up, D? Question for Coach. How does a kid get on your radar? How soon do you want contact from a student athlete for recruitment?
How does a kid get on radar? Well, as a coach, when you've been in, now I'm not gonna say I feel like I'm young. I'm very young in the game. But you establish those relationships with different people like D Brown himself and other people that's in these different parts of the states, man, and they don't normally have an eye for what level a kid can play at, and once you have established that relationship with those people and those connects, then they'll definitely reach out to you and say, "Hey, coach, you might want to take a look at this kid here." So eventually, man, like I said, that kid will go on my radar immediately then, man, because you never want to count anyone out, man. So when it comes to how soon do you want contact? Well, I honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, as soon as possible. I think that's the beauty of being able to recruit, man, and what I love so much about it, being a coach at the college level, man, is actually building a relationship with the family and the kid. Because at the end of the day, man, you have to be comfortable with the decision you make, man. If you don't make a commitment to that family and to that student athlete, that when they're away from home, it's a home as well. So the earlier the better. I'm not saying get all start calling it at 7th grade and 8th grade, but once you reach that high school, man, it's okay to start interacting with coaches, coming to the campus, doing unofficial visits, coming to the camps, putting yourself out there and really getting established with that particular coach or that university. So like I said, we're gonna definitely have camps here very soon, as far as early as the summertime. And like I said, it'll be open to any kid from 9th grade to junior college. And so, like I said, it's about being able to establish that relationship early.
All right. How much for out-of-state players?
How much for out-of-state players?
I guess
how much? Tell you, I'm not. I guess so. So here at Alabama A&M,
can you give in and out-of-state, Coach, please, if you could.
Yeah. So to be an out-of-state student here at Alabama A&M University, it costs about $26,000 a year. So you look roughly around 12 to 13,000 per semester. To be an in-state student, and that's in the Alabama area residency, it costs about 16,000. It takes about anywhere from 75 to eight grand a semester, and that's including room and board. That's including tuition, any type of fees. So it's not college isn't expensive, but this is one of the affordable ones across the board.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Cross Richard says, "What's up, Coach Elliot?" I'm sure it's maybe one of your partners. All
What's
right.
going on, man? What's going on, man? It's my man from Louisiana. One of my guys from Louisiana recruited his son. His son's at Southern now.
Okay, cool. All right.
Good player.
Okay. Donnie Russell says, "Are you still recruiting 2021 kids?"
Yes, I am, Mr. Dunny. Another of my good friends from New Orleans, man. Yes, I am still recruiting 21 kids. And you have my information, Dunny, reach out to me, man. Don't hesitate. If I can't help a kid, I'll let you know, but I won't hurt him.
All right. All right. Cav says, "Is a 2025 grad too early to reach out?"
Hey, what is 2025?
I think 8th grade. I think it might
be a 7th grader or 8th grade.
7th or 8th grade, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, man. Like I said, man, the state at my level, I think it is a little too early. So, like I said, just to establish that relationship once he hits this summer, going to his freshman year, and once he gets on that campus, man, he becomes a prospect for us. Once he steps on the high school campus and starts coming, being able to start stepping foot on a college campus by coming to camps and getting that true evaluation and having that relationship built.
All right. Yeah, Kevin says 8th grade. That's 8th grade. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just yeah. I'm right there with you.
2025.
Right. Just yeah. And all right. But Bubba says, how is it important to you to communicate with high school coaches?
It's very important, and I say this in a very, very harsh way. I love travel ball, but I hate it. And reason why I say is that I love it because I can go to one area and see every kid across the world. Well, then I hate it as well because of the stigma it's had over the years, where if little Johnny pays $12,000 to play, he thinks it's going to be the same when he gets here, and it's not. And I be able to and I think that over the years we've lost that communication with the high school coach, and I think that's important to be able to establish that relationship with the high school coach, because at the end of the day, that kid is only with that child ball coach a couple of months throughout the year. That kid's with the high school coach throughout the whole school year, and so he sees it. He sees that kid character up and down, and also from an academic standpoint, he's at the high school coach will be able to assist you when it comes to building that relationship with that counselor or that student administrative staff at that particular high school to help a kid out, to make sure that he clears the clearinghouse, to make sure he's taking the right courses and taking the test at a timely fashion. So I think for me, per se, yes, being able to communicate with certain travel ball coaches is good, but you still have to be able to have a relationship with them high school coaches.
All right. Jay Meyer says, what's your advice for a youngster that wants to play college baseball?
For one, I go back to it, man. I'm a huge on academics. If you want to play college baseball, man, you have to have the grades, man, and ultimately, man, and once you put in the work, and you have the ability, then but you have to make sure you have the grades and take care of your business in the classroom. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have grades, man, the opportunity to evaluate, to show your ability won't mean anything. And also from a playing standpoint of things, man, never get comfortable. Continue to work and get better, and always have room for improvement. So if you go about things that way, man, and be very, very understanding and have good character, then the opportunity will present itself at a fast pace for you.
All right, love it. All right. Man, questions coming in. Let me see. All right. Danny Ray Sadler, my man, says, how can a player contact you?
Player can contact me. Like you said, I want to via email. We have Twitter and IG, Instagram uploaded for our program. But you guys can email me at Elliot, ELLIOTT.Jones at AAMU.edu. That's my personal email with the university. It may not be on the website just yet, but like I said, we definitely have our Twitter accounts and our Instagram accounts up and running. Right now, I am by myself right now until my staff gets in place. My staff won't be hired until a couple of weeks from now, but those guys are in place, and so those guys have started communicating with me and helping me out on the communication side of things when it helps to start putting our brand out there at a high level.
All right. So Danny, I'm gonna post this. I usually wait to the end, but I know some of y'all can't wait. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me put this up there right now. I'm gonna leave it up there, and I'll bring it back on the back end. Let me see here. All right, here it is. All right. So that's Coach Jones' email. All right. So again, just make sure that's a talented kid, all right, that can play and help his program out. Coach, these guys, these comments is coming in, big dog. All right. Let me go back to the beginning. I'm sorry. All right. All right. Russ says, and I'll post back his email on the back end again, parents. Okay. So if you wrote it down, I hope you didn't, stay on here, because that's what happens. You guys get impatient, be like, oh, I got it, and I'm out. Stay on here because he's gonna give you some more nuggets. Do you have on campus camps?
Yes, that's something that would be huge for me to have, but because it allows us some student prospects, student athletes to come get on campus early, be part of your camp, and then also being able to work hand in hand with admissions to get tours set up of the campus. So yes, we'll have camps. Hopefully with COVID, we don't know exact dates, but hopefully if everything works out fine, we'll start having those camps come the summertime right after the season.
All right. Julius says, do you follow those recruiting sites? Is it worth it to invest in as a parent?
To each his own. I'm not going to speak down on anyone's organization or business. But some sites we do follow. But like I said, it's really still about being able to establish a relationship with that family and that student athlete, being able to communicate via email or communicate via sending videos. Because at the end of the day, what you send me, I still have to be able to go out and put eyes on myself. So I don't know any recruiting site that's going to show me any bad video of a kid, because they're in it for the business side of things as well. So it's based off what you want to invest in a kid, but also there's nothing wrong with being able just to communicate with that program or that school yourself.
All right. Malcolm says, Ness Jones, man, so I salute you, my brother. All right. I'm good. I don't know if you know him or not, but Harold says, does the college?
I know Malcolm, man. He's a good friend back home.
Okay, cool. All right. Harold says, does the college have a reciprocal relationship with Georgia?
What does he mean by that? But
does he have a relationship with Georgia? Yeah, he got one. Yes. If I'm here, he got one. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, I have a relationship with the Georgia area. Always have. That's been a very, 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 very good state that has really good African American players there, but also that has really good inner city baseball there. So that's one of the areas that have been very, very successful over the last couple of years for me, myself, in recruiting, and also for other guys in across the board at Division I baseball.
All right. Coach Stubbs at Russ says, congratulations, Coach. All right.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. Chipper says, what is your feelings on kids on social media?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a big social media guy, but in today's world, you have to be, especially during this time. You have to be creative on how you go about things and how you go about recruiting. So yeah, I have to be a fan of social media. But what I do tell guys, I'll tell kids, and I tell my own players, be careful what you put when you press send, because at the end of the day, once you press send, you can't get it back, man. And so be careful on those things, but also understand that we are following kids, and sometimes that plays a big role in showing me what type of person and what type of kid that person is, what type of character he has, what type of background he comes from. So that plays a big important role in a kid's recruiting status, specifically for me here at Alabama A&M, because like I said, I'm big on social media, but in today's age, you have to be. And I have my social media accounts because of today's world and of technology and social media.
All right. Congratulations, sending some players your way. Keep grinding, D. Hashtag salute. All right. I wish I knew who that was. I just, for some reason, I'm not able to pull it up. Let me go to this next one. But Eric says, Are you looking at post grad kids? How is that helping you in recruiting?
When they say post grad, Dio, they talking about high school post grad, or they're talking about grad transfers from universities.
You're talking about the post grad, the gap year guys. You know, those guys that go to the I was telling you about that kid in the background that those type of post grad kids.
Okay. Well, I truth be told, man, I've only had the opportunity to recruit one of those kids in my tenure as a coach. At all three universities I've coached at. And what I can say is it's still that type of it's still it makes it tough. I'm gonna be very honest with you because if I have the opportunity to go get a 1-year JUCO guy that's played at a little higher level, and has been taught the game a little better at that junior college, I'll go for him because at the end of the day, it's about being able to get guys that have that studious to the game, but also that's been given the reps to play at a high level. So you just have to be creative and be careful with those post grad kids. But not saying that it won't be a good situation you can't come across those kids. I won't be opposed to recruiting anyone. It's about being able to have good quality kids of good character and good academics, and it doesn't matter what school they come from. I think if I tell people all the time, and they make different levels in athletics for a reason. Everyone's not a Division I player. That's where they have Division II and they have Division III. They have NAIA, and there's a level for each student athlete. But understand you got to be able to accept that adversity, accept that honesty from us as far as being the recruiter.
Good point right there. All right. Lauren says, what positions of need to fill in a 2021 class?
I need players. I need ball players. Of course, everyone needs arms. But like I said, it's being able to have players that can play at a high level, that are studious to the game. I would like to say I would love to have a quality catcher, quality corner guys that can swing it a little bit, but also have arms. So in that 21 class, I'm looking for guys that have the right mindset, that understand they want to be part of the change. And so if you can find kids that want to be part of the change, it makes it a little more easier for them to transition and be part of the program.
All right. Jacob, this is the other page, says, what is the thinking on the Midwest kids? Do you see it as more of an upside with them due to limited weather and opportunities play? Basically, do you look at them as more upside because of the weather and the lack of playing up there?
No, I don't. Like I said, and I learned this from a mentor, Coach Kadar. And I learned this at a very young age in coaching when it came to evaluating kids. We used to bring kids on visits. That's back when you could work kids out, part with the team. And he would see a kid swing 5 times, and he would say, "Okay, I've seen enough." And I was looking at the coach. I said, "How can you evaluate a kid off 5 swings?" And he said, "Coach, once you have that eye for talent, it doesn't take long for you to realize if a kid can play at this level or not. And it doesn't matter on what area they're coming from or what part of the world they're in. If they have the ability to play at this level, they just have that God-given ability, or if they put that work in that time when no one's watching to get to that level."
I like that, man. Gavin says, do you have dates for those camps yet?
No, I don't, man. And I'm gonna tell you, be honest, man. My staff and I will do a very, very good job when we get an understanding of what we can do as far as COVID goes. But I definitely understand that those things will be posted on social media, and if you guys could follow us on both social media accounts, that'll be very, very vital to when our dates would be for those camps. Like I said, it'll be very, very vital to stay because we don't know. I can say we will have camps, but we don't know as far as what this pandemic will lead to. So we will definitely stay in contact via social media to let you guys know the dates and times of our camps.
All right. We have Eric says, summer ball performance or high school performance, which is more important?
Both. And I say that because a student athlete could be on one of the better summer ball teams and never have any adversity. And then when he goes to his high school team, he might be the best quality kid on that team, and has to face a lot of adversity. So I feel like being able to have a true evaluation on summer ball when he's surrounded around other great quality players, and when he's around his high school specifically, if he's not on a very talented high school, how does he go about and accept those challenges as a leader or even as character wise? So I think it's both play a big role in how I would evaluate the kid based off his ability and off his character. I think both of them would be very important.
All right. D-Bob says, coming into a new program, do you tend to lean more towards recruiting high school athletes or JUCO transfers?
I'll definitely tell you this way, Derrick, is that we're looking to bring in a mixture of guys, a mixture of high school guys and a mixture of junior college guys, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to turn the program and change the culture with both. And so we're looking to bring in a mixture and maybe a 60-40% ratio or maybe a 50-50. But I understand I'm looking to bring in quality guys and really good athletes and really good kids of character and academics to be able to change the culture here. And so my first recruiting class will be my most important one because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not the foundation if you don't have the good dirt work. And so you have to have good dirt before you lay the foundation. So this first recruiting class for me and my staff will be that dirt before we lay the foundation.
All right. James says, let me make sure. What are your thoughts on student athletes that are reclassifying as it relates to performance on the field?
Reclassifying, okay. I'm not opposed to it. Whatever puts that student athlete in the best situation to get everything out of what he expects, but also understand that if you reclassify, then you're putting yourself in another situation with that also it's not always the timing, like with that kid that's going to be reclassified as a senior has an extra year of high school, or if that kid's coming out earlier. People have to pay in mind that kid may not mature at a faster rate. They has to understand, man, making this transition from high school to college is a big impact. And I make sure that the high school parents and the high school student athletes understand that this is one of the most important transitions you'll make in your life, and it could also make or break you. But so you have to be careful on how you go about being able to reclassify. Rather you come out early, you come out late, but understand that whatever puts that student athlete in the best situation to be successful, I'm all for it.
All right. I know this question is answered already, but inner city kids are being looked over in San Diego. So our staff have to try and reach out for kids. What specific needs are you trying to field?
Players, if you feel like those players can play at a high level, whether it's infield, outfield, catching, arms, you have to be able to play at a high level, man. And I take this, don't take this the wrong way, but I gotta go back and say everyone's not Division I caliber player, whether it's in the classroom or on the field, ability wise. We all want to play Division I, and all kids want to play Division I, but understand that it takes a different type of caliber of student athlete to play at this level. Because at the end of the day, it's not about being labeled as, oh, you're Alabama A&M, you're not Alabama. We put our pen the same way, and so I'm not going after someone that can play just high school ball. I'm going after guys that could potentially help Alabama, or why couldn't they help Alabama A&M? So I'm going after the same type of kids, and it's like I said, you just have to be creative and understand that each kid has the fair opportunity to play at each level, but understand that they still have to have some type of ability and different mindset to play at this level.
All right. What's your advice for athletes who are late bloomers? My son has the high grades, can hit well, pitch well, and great middle infielder. If it's and he has good hands, but only 5'6" right now. Do you recruit based on size?
What type of advice I can give you is, as a late bloomer, man, continue to work. Never think that the opportunity is out. Like I said, look at Altuve, and I know I'm comparing people to a Major League Baseball player, but understand, like, at some point, that guy had to accept the challenge that he wasn't 6'4". But understand that if you keep working and getting better, I go back to saying there's a place for everyone. And like I said, just continue to work and work hard, and we hope we're gonna cross our fingers that he hits that growth spurt here the next year or so. But understand that, and size, it goes so far. Do what I want, a small defender up the middle. It would take a special person. But understand, I'm not opposed to it. Because at the end of the day, it's about having quality student athletes that's one thing you can't teach is heart. And if he has a heart that you can't teach, then I'll definitely take a chance on a smaller player when it comes to recruiting.
All right. Let me get oh boy, these questions. I'm telling Coach, you're hit, buddy. All these questions coming in. My man had to drink some water, man. That throat, boy.
I mean, honestly, man, I just think, man, a lot of people don't get this information, man. It's very, very, very good for people to get this information. I understand that I'm never gonna lead you the wrong way. I'm not gonna roll out the red carpet if I don't have red carpet. I'm gonna just be straight honest with you. I'm a black and white guy. I'm not gray. I don't see in the middle. I see black or white.
Love it. All right. Let me see. I can't. All right. Winston is still really interested in A&M. He was accepted there, and the recruiting coach was supposedly going to offer. Is he interested in a transfer? So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's my man. Played with me last year. I can't see the face with you, but I know who Winston is, and the A&M coach was recruiting him last year. And he's I ain't gonna say the school where he's at now. I don't want to put my man on blast, but he was with me. So I don't know who, but I have a feeling that I know who this is. So, but anyway, you can ask that question,
I got you. Well, I'm not gonna say I can say I'm interested in really good players. So I'm not sure what happened with that situation, but I definitely say, hey, just reach out to me via email, and we can get the ball rolling that way and establish a relationship and see where it goes. But I'm not opposed. I'm always interested in transfers.
All right. I don't know why I'm not able to see these questions coming in, but anyway, the earlier question he may be asking: does Alabama have reciprocity with the state of Georgia as far as in-state and out-of-state tuition? I guess like I know Tennessee does that with Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't really have because we have so much different academic scholarships at different level. We don't have any bordering states out of state tuition situations because we have different tiers of academic scholarships available to out of state guys. So that's why we stay away from just having a traditional across the board out of state parameter of tuition. So to answer your question, no, we don't. But like I said, that we have a really, really good situation when it comes to having the academic funds available. And also we have a good transfer scholarship as well when it comes to the transfer merit. It's that if you're a JUCO kid or if you're a transfer from a 4-year institution, if you have a 3.2 or higher, you're able to qualify for that tuition scholarship. So it makes it a little easier for us to be able to go after some transfers or some junior college kids to have a fair chance at that.
All right. Shout out to my boy TC. Good day, D. Not sure if I missed out about out-of-state money. Do they have any money available? And I don't think it's I think scholarship money is what he's talking.
Okay, yes. There is money available here. We haven't given away all our scholarships yet. But time is ticking, and we are getting to the end of this 2021 class. So if you guys have some guys that you think can play at this high level and be a great character, academic kid for us, feel free to reach out to me via email, and I definitely will start that establishment and give you guys a true evaluation and try to make things the best situation for that student athlete.
Yeah, son could play. Son could really play. He's Nashville too, not too far from you. Yeah, for real.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Then I've heard a lot of good things about Nashville.
Yeah, he can play. All right, and it's the dad of the other kid I was telling you about too, behind the scenes, 87 miles per hour dude, but from Dallas area. But do you allow your position players to pitch also?
I answered the question earlier. I'm not opposed to it, but it takes a very special student athlete to be able to do both. I've seen it done a few times in my career at this level. But I can tell you this: I'm definitely not opposed to giving the kid a fair opportunity to do both. What I've seen over the years that it comes to a point where they have to be able to choose one because they're just that much better at one of the positions. He may be that better in the box as a hitter, or he may be that better on the mound as a reliever or a starter. So it takes a very, very special student athlete, but I'm not opposed to giving the kid a fair opportunity to try to do both.
Okay. All right. We have John says we're choosing to send our son, to a school with great academics and a smaller baseball program. If he ultimately wants to play college ball, will it hurt him to be playing high school ball at a school like that?
No, I don't think it will hurt him. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's about does he have ability, and we'll definitely. I feel like I definitely have an eye for talent, and my staff does as well. So it's just about being able to get out and see those particular kids when it comes to recruiting. So I wouldn't say it would hurt them, but like I said, that it's just about being able to understand that. It could hurt him per se, but I can't. It varies on the student athlete. John, I'm sorry I couldn't really answer your question for you because, like I said, it's still it could play a role, but then also it could not play a role. It just depends on the situation and what we're looking for at that particular time.
All right. Jameson says, congratulations, coach, and getting a gig.
Appreciate it.
Let me ask this here. Hey, Vet. Welcome, coach. Thanks for being here. Wondering what kind of measurements do you look for in a high school player, as far as exit velos, 60, etc. I just clocked my freshman from a T at 88 miles an hour. Where does he need to be come recruiting time?
I'm not just be fairly honest with you, I'm not a big guy. I'm not big on exit belows because like I said that could give false readings sometimes. A kid may show 105 exit below, but when does
Can't
he have
hit.
an approach and have an understanding for the game when it comes to situational hitting? So I'm not a big fan of exit velos, so I'm not going to sit here and say what a kid needs to be at because I don't look at that. Because like I said, I get many emails and many phone calls saying my kid hit 500 in high school, but at the end of the day, totally it's really different here because like I go back to say you're gonna fail 7 out of 10 times, and when you're facing better pitching, the game is faster and the mind is moving. It's really hard for you to say that you can hit 500. A Hall of Famers hit 300 in the bigs, so numbers only go so far with me.
All right. Let me get his question here. Giovanni, I'll get your question too. He asked about the facilities. We talked about that too. But Aaron says, we live in a rural part of Arkansas where summer Legion ball is still a big thing. What are your thoughts on playing summer Legion ball versus doing the showcase thing that might get more exposure?
I used to play American Legion, so I find it hard that it's still up and running. That makes me feel good.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
but like I said, it's just about being able to be creative and be able to get that communication set with my program, with my coaching staff, and eventually being able to lay eyes on that student athlete. I don't think it can harm a kid, but also I think it's very, very important, specifically for Alabama A&M baseball, is that when we do have camps, it's a truly important to get to campus and be a part of those camps because at the end of the day, it's about being able to take instruction from myself and from my staff and understand. Say, hey, I can understand. Go to my staff and say, hey, if Bobby can understand this during the camp, he may be our type of guy when it comes to being able to develop a kid or be able to, can we coach a kid? Because that's the hands-on stuff. That things that you can't always get when you're going to evaluate a kid. And so I go about things a little bit. I coach a little differently. My staff will coach a little differently, but we'll be all on the same page and understand that the importance of character and academics. So like it won't harm a kid playing that league, but being able to get to camp and get evaluated in person by us will be very, very vital. Rather you playing travel ball or playing American Legion ball.
All right. All right. They're coming both ways, coach. They're coming all over, so they're coming in hot. When will you have open call for tryouts? My son's on an academic scholarship at AM and has footage.
Shoot me an email of that footage so that I can get him evaluated and see where he stands. I honestly can't tell you if I'm going to have tryouts, have walk-on trials, because at the end of the day, I don't know what this season is going to intake. If we're going to have a season or we're going to have a conference-only season, we don't know yet. I think it's too mature to make that decision. But if I decide to have a walk-on trial, it would be very, very fast. And it'd be something we'll have like in the first 2 weeks of the semester once it begins in January.
All right. Biggest rival and most hostile environment on the road. I'm sticking, huh?
Well, of course, man. Being here, um, being on the hill now, being a Bulldog, being part of this program.
I'm still on. I'm just
I
trying
think
to, yeah.
I think it's my biggest rival for us, man, will be Alabama State because it's an in-state rival. Um, Most hostile environment. I can't speak on that because um, I've never been on this side of the conference. You know, in baseball we have East and West, and so we've never played a weekend series on this side of the conference prior to me getting here and being a part of this side of the conference. But I can tell you, Southern can be a hostile environment as well as Grambling. But also, I'm sure Jackson State as well. So um, I couldn't speak on behalf of that, but I can tell you that is our biggest rival in conference will be Alabama State because of the in-state rival.
All right. Let me see here. I don't even know why I went back. I don't know why I went out, but you can still hear me though, right, Coach?
Yeah, I can hear you, Coach.
All right, cool. All right. When looking for those top-notch players, do you and your staff go after those top-rated perfect game type players first, even though they might go elsewhere?
I'm looking. I mean, when you look at that per se, I feel like recruiting, you want to go after the best kids, student athletes anyway. So rather they're um, interested from the get in A&M, or if they're not. But at the end of the day, it's being able to evaluate and recruit the student athlete. So, like I said, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because, like, at the end of the day, you're going to find some top-rated kids that on the perfect game that will have some interest in your institution. Then you're going to find some that don't. But like I said, that doesn't. You can't be afraid to go after a certain type of kids and be afraid to be given the answer no. So we're definitely going to put ourselves in the best situation to go after the top tier kids and see what happens. But at the end of the day, it's about being able to establish a relationship with that family and that student athlete and understand and stress that he can get the same quality education and development here at A&M as he would get anywhere else.
All right. All right. This is what we're gonna do. All right. We gotta. I'm gonna try to get everybody's rest of these questions. All right. But I'm gonna make, and I know Coach don't mind, but I want to make sure that if I haven't asked one of your questions before, I'll put it on there. If I've asked one of your questions just so we get some new blood, I will, because I want to make sure Coach don't be answering the same dudes. And forgive me, it's all love, but these questions is coming in hot. So I don't want Coach to be here all damn day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try to get him as much these questions over here so I can get him on about his day. And I appreciate him coming on. Because we get someone's coming. My boy B Webb said, I played college ball with your AD. I took his position. B Webb from Shy. Your AD is a good man. All right. Shout out to my boy B Webb in Shy Town. What if Baseball Factory refer a kid to you?
What if they do? Like I said earlier, it's still about being able to understand and give a true evaluation of the kid. Because at the end of the day, Baseball Factory is in it for the business aspect of things. It's not always about can the kid play at this level, but they're always about making a little dollar or a little penny off a student athlete. So, like I said, I'm not knocking that. I'm not, to each his own when it comes to wanting to expose your student athlete, but understand that there's still a stigma and still a label that I have to evaluate and have an eye for, and my staff will do the same. D, can you hear me?
A second, we'll get you back on here. Coach, you still on?
Hey, I'm here. I can hear you.
Yeah, that's my bad. All right.
That's okay.
We got what up, coaches? I'm a senior, but I only have film from my freshman year. Do y'all think I still have time to get film and get a look from any school? I just want to continue playing anywhere after high school.
It's never too late. Like I say, for me per se, getting this job at a late start. I'm open to who and whatever. But at the end of the day, it's still about being able to understand that everyone can't play at this level. But I'm open to definitely shooting me an email, shooting me video, and hopefully, if we get past this COVID, you guys will have senior seasons where myself and my staff can get out and get a true evaluation of you.
All right. The Carlos Smith, with the climate of uncertainty that the 2020 pandemic created for recruits, are you seeing an increase in freshman transfers or interest from current college freshmen through juniors at A&M or other teams within the conference?
It's still mature. Being that the NCAA just granted everyone an extra year last season after the season was cut short. The transfer portal has been very, very up and down. So I it's still kind of too early to understand what happened or what type of transfers or leaving per se. But I can understand it if I honestly feel like it's at this point it's probably going to harm the high school class per se to a certain T, because if I can go get a junior college kid right now and he reaches the criteria and clears a clearing eligibility standpoint of things, that he has 3 years to perform at Division I level, rather than going to get a high school kid that has to make the big transition where a JUCO kid is just moving school to school, but has already played at a high competitive level. It's still early to say what will happen, but as far as interconference transfers, that's not happening because we have specifically for the Southwestern Athletic Conference, we have a 2-year sit-out rule where if you transfer in conference, you have to sit for 2 years.
Is that just a SWAC or?
Yeah, it's it. I mean, it's for the SWAC, yeah, and I don't know if you guys know it, but it came about when the SEC and Nick Saban had that little flaws with kids leaving Alabama going other ways. Well, we've already had this rule established in our conference for years now. If the only way the kid can transfer in conference and be eligible immediately is if he graduates. And that's with anywhere. If he graduates, then he can start a master's or another degree at that school. He's eligible immediately. But we have a 2-year window where if you transfer as an underclassman, you have to sit for 2 years.
Okay. Wow. All right. Marvin says, "Say, Coach, I'm telling you first, there will be a nice group of kids in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, in the years coming." All right.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I know the last name, man. Very, very talented family up there.
All right. I got some kids there myself from up there too. Steven says, Coach, do you think the amount of travel teams currently playing now waters the talent pool down and makes it harder to find that special player?
Yes and no. I would say yes because there's only so many good organizations out there. But per se, it doesn't make it harder because at the end of the day, it's about my staff and myself getting out and really getting out in the streets and getting a true evaluation on kids and actually knocking those doors down and knocking them walls down to make sure we get in and not miss a kid. It doesn't matter. I would say it doesn't matter what organization or travel team they play for. I think it's about can the kid play, and how the kid is a character and academic wise.
All right. My boy Maverick says A&M played 4 years of college ball there. Competition in SWAC baseball conference was very high. Was of very high regard then, and I'm certain it is now. All right.
For sure, man. I appreciate the support.
All right. Cameron says, is it easy to find a good travel team? Is there a good way to go about this process? And before you start, Coach, real fast, I will be holding a free webinar. I just want to get this plug in real fast on how to pick the right travel ball organization. All right. So on December 8th at 8 p.m. So if you're interested in that while you're on here, just type in the word interested and I'll give you a link to that free webinar that we'll be having December 8th, all right, on how to pick the right travel ball organization, all right? So anyway, Coach, is it easy to find a good travel? Is there a good way to go about this process?
I'm going to tell you, be honest with you, Cameron. It can be tough at times because at the end of the day, you want to put your student athlete in the best situation to being in the right situation as far as being able to develop as a student athlete, but also to better themselves as a young man. And I feel that it sometimes doesn't work that way. But understand that it all plays a big part. It's not always about winning. It's about getting a development and being able to get with the right travel ball organization or travel ball coach that has some relationships to be able to get your student athlete seen at a high level. So just all that plays a big role. You just got to be careful on understanding it's not always about winning. Because the best kids don't always be part of winning programs coming up.
All right. Coach, they are coming in, boy, hot. All right, I'm trying to. All right, so for the people that said interested, I'll get that link out to you shortly. Oh man, let me see here. Eric says, dude, the SWAC don't play. All right. He meant it in a good way. All right. Jansen says, how many players do you have on your current roster?
As of right now, I've inherited 29 players, and that's not including some guys that are on campus that will potentially be added onto our roster. So, of course, you guys know that at the NCAA level, Division I level, we have a 35-man roster limitation. I'm not sure if I'm going to max that roster out this year that way, but we will moving forward with the 21 class coming in. We will max out our roster limitation.
All right. What's your out of conference schedule look like?
Well, foremost, for this 21 season, we'll definitely play. It's still mature to tell what our out of conference schedule will look like because of COVID. But as of right now, tentatively, we're playing Auburn in a non-conference midweek double midweek schedule. But most importantly, man, for us, man, besides that, I would be remiss if I don't mention that we're playing in the MLB Classic, the Urban Youth Baseball Tournament that's held in New Orleans every opening year, specifically for HBCUs. It was really vital, and I thank Tony Riggins and Dale Matthews for MLB being able to allow us to be a part in that opening weekend tournament in New Orleans. So we'll play in that tournament there, that Classic. We'll also play a home and home with North Alabama midwin, and then as far as our open weekend schedule, because we don't know what's going to happen with COVID, we went ahead and did a home and home. Reached out to Coach James at Pine Bluff because we had the same bye weekend in the conference. So we're doing a home and home with Pine Bluff this year. But for 2022, we'll definitely play a competitive schedule at a high level as well when it comes to playing Alabama, playing Tennessee, playing Auburn again. So like I said, we'll have a competitive schedule, and we'll definitely have the opportunity to play in some nice facilities. I know, as you mentioned, D. Brown, we have a double A facility complex here, the Huntsville Trash Pandas, which is the double A park for the Anaheim Angels. We'll definitely have the ability and be blessed with the opportunity to play some of our home games there this season because of COVID as well.
All right. We did that one. All right. Does Coach Jones recruit in the Northeast? That's right, Jason. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Northeast up there. All right.
So yeah, I've had a relationship with those guys up there in the Northeast part of the states. When I was at Southern, we used to definitely tap into the Maryland and New York area a lot. So I'm definitely open to it. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's about finding ball players that have the ability to play at a high level, but also that are really good character and academic guys.
All right. What's up, Cynthia? Let me see. What would you say about travel clubs that are small programs and but have talent?
Get them to a place that we can see them. Get them to a place where they can be evaluated. Don't be afraid to just to not send them to go to a tournament, but don't be afraid to go to a showcase and let them get evaluated by schools such as myself. So I think at the end of the day, it's not always about playing in tournament. It's being able to build a relationship with myself or other universities to get that student athlete brand out there. So it's not always about playing in these powerful tournaments. It's about being able to put that kid in the best situation to get evaluated at a high level.
All right. Okay. Ooh. Daniel, I saw you on YouTube. I got you. Ernie, what's up, Ernie? Hey, Coach D. My son has an opportunity to move from California JUCO to a Division III in Minneapolis come January. Big decision in the works, but academically, it's a positive move. Coach lost 4 players, and my boy was recommended. Is that a good move since he will be making the same decision in 4 years? Confused about the two.
What I grasped is from D. I think he's at a junior college now, and he's going to a Division III in Minnesota.
Right.
That's a different question because I'm not sure. Okay, so if he's choosing to leave the Division III and move to a Division I think that's what he's saying. It's still going to be tough on him. I don't know if that's the best decision per se for him, but it may be for him. It may be the best situation for him, but it may not be the best situation for the average student athlete. But yeah, I guess you have to weigh your options and put your student athlete in the best situation to be successful when it comes to transferring. What I can say is it's difficult on student athletes to transfer to multiple universities because once you label yourself in the portal like that, then it could put a black ball on you when it comes to us being interested in you because like I said, you may get here and things may not be what you expect them to be, or you may not be getting the amount of playing time that you're used to having. And then how do I know you won't be upping transfer at the semester or after the season? Specifically for Division I, we're big on APR, and that's academic progress report. And each student athlete that's on athletic aid is responsible for 4 points per year. You get 1 point per semester for retention, means staying here at this institution. And you get 2 points as well. You get 1 point per semester, with equal to 2 for eligibility. So that plays a big major role in Division I athletics today. So you just got to be careful, but also put yourself and your student athlete in the best situation to be successful.
All right. This guy, let me see. Do you guys really dig high school small? Let me see. You just asked the question. This is the I'll be there New Orleans date. I'm guessing it's a fan or whoever parent wants to come and see you play.
As of right now, I actually got the schedule right here, man. That classic will be February 19th through the 27th. No, February 19th through the 21st. We'll play Arkansas Pine Bluff on Friday morning at Wesley Barrow Stadium at 11 a.m. And then we'll play Prairie View A&M on Saturday at 1 p.m. at University of New Orleans. And then we'll close out the weekend. We're playing the Tigers of Grambling State Sunday at 3 p.m. at Wesley Barrow Stadium. So should be an exciting weekend for us and for our student athletes here in order to put our brand on a national televised level and have an opportunity to play in that classic in a year in, year out basis.
All right. The Lavelle says, are you involved currently, or do you plan on being involved in any in-person HBCU specific recruiting events in Southern California? Can you recommend any showcases in Southern California with high HBCU recruiting, or do you advise Southern California players to travel to the Southeast to showcase for HBCUs?
We'll definitely be involved, specifically now in today's age with COVID and how we have to be creative on social media and virtual recruiting. So we'll definitely be open to anything those organizations and guys have on that side of the states. We'll never, like I said, we'll never miss out on the opportunity to evaluate student athletes.
Sounds like I need to get myself out there to Cali, man. I know my boy Tony. Shout out to my boy Tony Cerritos. We talked about it maybe about 3 weeks ago, trying to do something in an LA area. So he got ghost on me. So I don't know, man. But you know, the HBCU love is heavy out there, Coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Indeed.
That's about the third Cali person that says something about the
it
HBCU.
is, man.
You know?
It is.
So,
like I said,
okay.
and I think when I was playing it, well, for sure, when I was playing at Southern, even playing and coaching, we had an opportunity to. That's when the Urban Classic, which is now the Andre Dawson Classic, used to be in LA year in, year out. So I think that's why. I hope that's something that could happen again here in the near future with MLB, that we move the Classic to back to LA every other year, or however they want to be creative with it.
All right. All right. Nicholas says, "What up, cousin? Congrats."
That's my first cousin, man. That's my appreciate it. He's in Austin, Texas.
Okay. All right. I ain't gonna be too far from there. All right. This is what we're gonna do. We got for everything. I got 3 more questions, Coach. I know we got a lot of people on, but I'm just gonna close this down. And so my man doesn't have to be, and I know he don't mind, but
no, I don't mind at all.
All right. But still, I'm gonna make sure. Coach, please tell the people how often during the high school season you are able to get on the road and scout high school kids, Mondays, etc. How does the team travel?
So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, from a recruiting standpoint, and if COVID stays, if COVID changes anything, we won't know. But from previous years in my coaching career, it's been very, very tough to get out and evaluate high school students during the season, because our season is going on as well. But normally, for a weekend series, we'll leave on a Thursday if we're on the road. Play a Friday, Saturday, Sunday game, and then travel back on Sunday. And normally we'll take a Monday off, and you'll play either a Tuesday, Wednesday, or both in the middle of the week. So you have to be creative, and per se, my staff will be creative on how we go about things. It may be a situation where we need to go lay eyes on a student athlete, on a high school kid during the middle of the week, and one of my guys on my staff may have to miss that midweek game to go get I lay eyes on that and evaluate that student athlete. But like I said, you have to be creative, and I definitely understand the challenges it will take. But we're not going to sell ourselves short and not take advantage of the opportunity to still evaluate during the season.
Okay. You guys have your own conversation in that group over there. Let me see. And this is going to be the last question. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. What do you suggest we as a community do to get our top kids out of the SEC, ACC, into HBCU baseball programs? We need to build us.
That's a really good question. And I go to say about and I always tell our guys this, and I tell recruits and family this. It's very unique, and I've had this conversation multiple times with Coach Cato, and he brought it up to me, and I realized, and getting older now and being in the profession now, African American baseball had their own league, and that speaks volumes. Like, people don't understand that the Negro League, we had our own baseball league. We didn't have to play in the major league organizations or facilities. We didn't have our own football. We never had our own basketball. We had our own baseball league. And if student athletes and families can understand the value it takes to be a part of history and understand our heritage and background truthfully, then I think that's where we have to start at, being able to not allow our guys and student athletes to go outside of the historical Black colleges. And like I said, every institution will have its ups and downs. But like I said, if you sit back and think about it and really, really take heed that we had our own African American baseball league, it speaks values. It speaks volumes for us. And per se, and I lead by saying that is that we just have to really, really talk to our student athletes and our kids and make them understand the history we had behind that. And I think if we get an understanding of that's a very, very great starting point for us to allow our kids and historical Black universities to benefit from a baseball aspect of things and wanting to go to HBCU, specifically in today's age, with Black Lives Matters as well. And I'm not a big person getting involved in that, but to answer your question, as a community standpoint of things, I think that's a good place to start, by really teaching the student athletes and the kids the value of having the Satu Paige and those guys to be a part of that league.
All right. D-Rob says, "Hey, thanks, Coach Elliot and Coach D. Hopefully we can get an HBCU showcase in Cali soon." All right, let's see. I'm always working. Let's see if we can make that happen. It's already been talked about. So my thing, D-Rob, if I have it in Southern California, I don't want you talking about, it's too far. I'm in Northern California, I can't make it, and vice versa. So if I'm gonna have one, I'm gonna make sure make sure you and your son and all of them is there. All right. Everybody talk about it until it's time to go. So, and I ain't saying you, D-Rob, I'm just talking other places. But listen, real fast. Speaking of these showcases, all right. The Waco, all right. Last one. Who knows now? We talking about this Cali stuff, but last one for this fall. It will be in Waco this Saturday. So if you're in and around that Texas area, You know, guys like Coach Jones will be on that live link. He already told me and wanted to know that information and add him to the list of schools that will be on there. As you know, he's still looking for 21s or 22. Well, you know, he's still looking for 21s or 22s, good players, man. Also, that free webinar, if you are still listening in, December 8th, I will be holding a free webinar on how to pick the right travel ball organization. No matter what age you are, you know, it's going to be tailored towards high school, but still, there's a lot of good information. I don't care what age you're in. Just put the word interested in the comment section, and I'll give you that link. It's a free webinar, December 8th. All right. 3 weeks from tomorrow. Coach, I want to thank you, man. I know you're busy. I know you're starting this brand new program over there. Congratulations, man. Getting, like you said, there's not too many, you know what I'm saying, young brothers like yourself that have Division I programs, SWAC, SEC, whatever it is, whatever. It's still, you know, needs to be congratulated, man. You worked hard. I look forward to helping you with, you know, gaining the talent, and even if it's on here with different people sending you film. On the flip side, you know, with the people that I know and kids that I can play from Texas, California, and the South here and the Northeast, I will look forward to, you know, sending you some quality players for you to evaluate. And if you could, man, I would love it if you could kind of take us out on a, you know, I know you've been spending that time, man, but if you could just kind of take us out on an awesome message, man. I have all my guests do it. You know, I appreciate it, brother.
Oh man, like I said, man, I really appreciate you guys having me on, man. This means a lot because at the end of the day, man, like I said, it's about being able to help our kids today in society to be better young men, and also, like I said, for those that are watching, student athlete wise, continue to work hard, man, and also don't forget where you come from. And also, I want to leave you guys by this, man. Understand, man, preparation meets opportunity. If you prepare yourself and when the opportunity presents itself, you have no reason to be or no doubt in your mind that you won't be successful. And also, man, and student athletes watching, man, be thankful for the people that sacrifice for you to have these opportunities, man. Because baseball isn't cheap, travel ball isn't cheap. So thank your parents and tell them that you love them, man, and understand that things wouldn't happen and sacrifices wouldn't happen if it wasn't for them. So understand that, man, and keep grinding, and feel free to reach out to me via email, or I understand that here the Bulldogs here at Alabama A&M are a phone call away, and we're excited about it, and we understand that that change will be good here for us, and so keep in mind that you never know who's watching, so keep working hard and understand that life's going to have some bumps and nicks and bruises in it, but it's understanding you're going to have to get up and keep pushing. So like I said, I want to appreciate you guys having me on, man, and look forward to building a relationship with you guys and your organization down the road, D.
Listen, man, we're gonna do some good things, man. I'm gonna help you with your program, and I look forward to coming down to Huntsville, man. I've heard really great things about them, and hopefully this COVID stuff and you know ends, and I could get down there in the summer, man, and help run something, showcases and tournaments or something, man. And I didn't mean tournament, but showcases, literally, and just see what's going on, man, and put some good talent in front of your face, and for you to evaluate, just like we're doing with this live stream this fall, man. So congratulations again, my guy. This is something that it's very I love to see this, you know, young dudes getting opportunities in this game, man. It's Division I program doing good things, man. So to answer your question, yes, Cameron, I do help with recruiting and services and stuff. Just holler at me if you want any of that information, okay? So, you know, this is what I do. I speak to guys like Coach Jones on a regular basis who's needing some talent, and, you know, they value my opinion, all right, on players. So tomorrow, I hate to say this, I will not be on tomorrow, all right, at daddy duties over here, chasing my daughter to tennis. All right. I don't even want to say it like that. All right. But Wednesday I will be back on. I have my boy Nas Nunez, first round pick. with the Miami Marlins. Him and his mom will be on and talking about the draft process, talking about, you know, that side of things. We're going to talk a little bit of college recruiting, but we're going to talk about that draft process on Wednesday at 4 p.m. with a first-round pick from the Miami Marlins out of the Atlanta area, Nas Nunez, man. So that should be – make sure you tune in on Wednesday, man, and get that knowledge on that side, man. We just hitting you from all angles. You had agents, and now coming to this HBCU side, man, Division I coaches, man, and now we're hitting with you on the player side, just kind of keeping you informed, man, on all angles on this thing, man. And we're gonna keep it going. So I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much, Coach Jones, for spending the time out here, man.
Likewise, man. Y'all take care.
All right, we'll be in contact. So parents, 4 p.m. Wednesday. All right, Nas Nunez, all right, former first round pick. So he's saying that, with the Miami Marlins. All right. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday, 4 p.m. sharp. Peace and love, y'all. Thank you, Coach.
All right, man. Likewise.